Happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome to the Friday Edge, where we have real talk, we expect real results, and we believe anything is possible. Welcome to a beautiful Saturday in North Carolina. It's a bit chilly out here, but nonetheless, we've got bright blue skies, and that makes for a beautiful, wonderful day. This week I came across a quote that I had recorded some time ago from Chris Valentin, and the quote goes like this: God uses the ordinary things in our life to train us for the extraordinary. And when I read that quote, it like jumped off the page at me, and I was reminded of the mundane things in life, those things that we think are just so ordinary. Of what good are they? What use are they? Why am I doing this? And my mind took a trip down memory lane for a bit, and I had to think about some of the things that I've done in my life that I thought, what's the use in this? Like, why am I doing this? Why is this so important? And I thought about the numerous jobs that I've held. I thought about some of the small businesses that I've started and owned, and I thought about the hard things that I learned along the way in all of those things. And the cool thing about all that is that as I took that trip down memory lane, I was reminded of exactly why it's so important to do each of those things with excellence and with heart and 110% when we're doing them and when we're given the opportunity. I think of my years as a stay-at-home mom, and just as a real practical example, I managed a household of, there's 6 of us in our house, and I have 4 children, so I managed a team of 4 people for years. And so when I think about creating now my own teams in the workplace and in the businesses that I help run and that I run, I think, well, that's nothing new, because God has been using this, what in my mind was a very ordinary life of being a stay-at-home mom with 4 children who have 4 different personalities that I have to treat differently, but yet still maintain the same kind of order and the same expectations in some ways. He's using that ordinary thing that was ordinary to me to prepare me to do things that in my mind will be extraordinary, or the things that I just feel like I can't do on my own. And my mind went to Joseph in the Old Testament, and Joseph was a man who had great dreams spoken over his life from a very young age. But he went through a series of working and being in very ordinary places, in fact, very difficult places, all to prepare him for where he ended up as the head guy. And that's a very, very simple way of describing Joseph's life. But the point that I want to make is that don't despise the day of small beginnings. Don't despise the places that God has you now. Don't despise those everyday things. Next weekend I'm doing a workshop called Disorder to Design, Decluttering Your Life and Home Office. And I remember as a younger person wondering why order was such an important thing. It's something that I grew up with. It certainly is not in my natural personality to be that way, believe it or not. For those of you who know me, you think of me as a person of great order, but that is not natural to me. But it is a principle that I have seen the benefits in it, and I'm using that as an example of order in the everyday things, keeping a tidy house, taking care of your small business and all the details of it, and doing so with excellence, being faithful in all those small things, being teachable in those moments, and surrounding yourself with people that you want to be like. Those are all parts of training in the ordinary to prepare us for the extraordinary. So today, remember that God uses those ordinary things in your life, and He's using them not just for anyhow, or because He can, or because He's God and He wants to. There's a purpose. God does everything with purpose, and there's nothing that's haphazard about how He does things. He's very ordered in His ways. The steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord. So pay attention to those small things in your life that you might want to throw out the window. Do them with excellence. Be teachable. Learn how to do them better, because at some point you will be given the opportunity to implement those things on a larger scale. And if you've not been faithful, if you have not honed in on those things and done them really well, you may miss the opportunity. And I know that's a harsh word maybe for some of you, but I have seen that played out in my own life, and I have missed the boat sometimes because I have not been diligent, and I don't want to miss the boat any longer. So today, be encouraged. Don't despise those places where you are in right now, but learn what you can learn from them, because they will be put to good use. So I hope you all were encouraged today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend. And if you get a chance and you're in North Carolina, I'd love to have you at my workshop. It's going to be a great time, and it's going to be interactive, and I have a lot of great tips and hopefully nuggets for you to take home with you that will help you in the areas of order in your life. And so thank you for listening today to the Friday Edge, and I look forward to being with you again next week. Have a wonderful week.